You know the songs? Oh girl, Boogie Nights, Sideshow, every cookout, every slow dance, every moment that mattered. But here's what nobody told you about the groups who made them. 12 of the biggest R&B acts from the 1970s reached the mountaintop and immediately fell apart. Not years later, right then, at the peak. Some from violence, some from tragedy, some from betrayal. And one thing connects all 12 stories. The industry knew, watched it happen, did nothing. This is the price of the soundtrack to your life.
That should be so easy to do.
Number 12, The Chai Lights. Chicago smooth soul. Eugene Records' voice on Have You Seen Her in 1971 made grown men cry.
Trying to be hip and think like the crowd.
That opening monologue, that harmonica. Then 1972, Oh Girl hits number 1 on the Hot 100 gold record. They're everywhere. 11 top 10 R&B hits between 69 and 74. Eugene's writing everything, singing lead, carrying the entire sound. But here's what happens when your label collapses. Brunswick Records hits tax trouble, deep financial problems. The Chai Lights get caught up in it. The group pleads guilty to tax evasion just to make it stop. By 1975, the hits keep coming, but the money's not. Members are replacing members. Creedell Jones leaves, Stanley Anderson in, then Willie Kinsey, then Doc Robinson. It's chaos. 1976. Eugene Record walks, signed solo with Warner Brothers. 3 albums that go nowhere. And if you've ever left something successful hoping for better and watched it crumble, you know that particular kind of regret.
I can save myself a lot of useless tears.
Eugene came back in 1980, but the magic was different.
You left me now, 'cause I don't know where to look.
The group that defined Chicago soul spent a decade trying to recapture what they lost in 1 year.
Tell me, what am I gonna do?
Brunswick killed itself and took the Chai Lights with it. Sometimes the industry doesn't destroy you on purpose. Sometimes it just collapses and you're standing in the rubble. Number 11, Blue Magic. Philadelphia soul group that gave you Sideshow in 1974.
He hurt so bad.
Number 1 R&B, number 8 pop, gold record. Ted Wizard Mills' falsetto could break your heart and put it back together. Three-ring circus, stop to start. They're creating classic after classic. The debut album goes gold. They're on Soul Train, touring 42 weeks straight, hitting 48 states and 5 countries. But here's what success hides. Internal warfare, money problems nobody talks about, substance abuse tearing members apart. By the early 80s, Richard Pratt's had enough, just leaves. Then disaster strikes. Ted Mills, the voice that defined the group, gets in a horrific car accident, nearly dies. Doctors don't think he'll sing again. Mills eventually recovers, launches a solo career.
It's more exciting.
But by the 90s, he's done with Blue Magic. Group splinters into multiple versions. Vernon Sawyer leads one. Wendell Sawyer and Keith Beaton lead another. Richard Pratt had his own before he died in 2022. Fans don't know which Blue Magic is the real one because they all claim the name. And here's what kills groups like this. When the lead voice leaves, you can replace the sound. But you can't replace the soul. Blue Magic kept performing, kept recording. But without Ted Mills, they were covering their own songs.
The show begins.
Real talk. Only 9% of you watching this are actually subscribed. That hurts a little, not gonna lie. We spend hours digging through archives, fact-checking every detail, bringing these stories back to life because this music deserves to be remembered. And you're here because you care about that too. So if these videos mean something to you, if you've ever said, damn, I didn't know that, or felt something while watching, just hit subscribe. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and it tells YouTube to show this to more people who love this music like we do. Let's build this together. All right, back to the story. Number 10, LTD, Love, Togetherness, and Devotion. In 1976, they gave you Love Ballad, number 20 on the pop charts. Then 1977, Every Time I Turn Around, Back in Love Again, went top 5. And you've heard Jeffrey Osborne's voice on those records. That smooth baritone that made the slow jams at every party hit different. But here's what the industry knew. Those weren't just hits. Those were Jeffrey and his brother Billy carrying an entire group on their backs. By 1979, Jeffrey's doing lead vocals, Billy's handling keys and production, and the rest of the band, they're watching two brothers build a legacy while they split 6 ways. Then 1980 hits. Jeffrey and Billy walk, just leave, no warning to fans. One day LTD's on top. The next they're searching for replacements who sound like the Osborne brothers. What a difference a true love. You know how that goes? It doesn't work. The group tried to continue, released albums, but without those voices, LTD became a tribute to what it used to be. And here's the thing that still stings. Jeffrey went solo and became a superstar. 4 platinum albums in a row, the rest of LTD watched from the sidelines. It changed everything, but Jeffrey kept recording. Number 9, The Main Ingredient. 1971. Harlem Trio called The Main Ingredient loses their lead singer Donald McPherson to leukemia. He's 29 years old. The group's devastated, but they know someone from the neighborhood. Cuba Gooding Sr. He's been singing backup already, knows the songs, understands the sound. 1972, Everybody Plays the Fool. Number 2, R&B. Number 3, pop. Gold record. Baby, it may be factual, maybe cruel. Cuba's voice made that song immortal, but here's the problem nobody saw coming. Cuba wasn't Donald. Fans kept waiting for Donald to come back. The group kept trying to be what they were. And Cuba, he's becoming the biggest draw, but still getting billed like a replacement. By 1977, 8 years after the hits, Cuba's done. Walks away to Motown for a solo deal. And if you've ever watched someone finally get recognition after years of being undervalued, you know it's bittersweet. He deserved his moment. But The Main Ingredient, they never recovered. Kept recording, kept performing, but they lost the voice that defined them. Here's what stays with you. Cuba eventually found himself. But that tension, trying to honor a ghost while becoming yourself, that's a weight most people can't carry. Number 8, Bloodstone. 1973. Natural High hits number 10 pop, number 4 R&B. The album goes gold in July. These Kansas City brothers created something special. Funk meets rock meets soul with a Jimi Hendrix edge. They're everywhere. Soul Train, tours with Marvin Gaye, Curtis Mayfield, living the dream. July 27, 1973, percussionist Roger Durham dies. Kidney failure, liver complications, 27 years old. The same month their biggest album goes gold. Let that sink in. The month they should be celebrating, they're burying their brother. Bloodstone kept going. Made more albums, had more hits through the 70s, but if you listen to their music after Roger died, there's something missing. A heaviness that wasn't there before. And if you've ever lost someone right when everything's coming together, you understand. Success doesn't pause for grief. The industry doesn't stop. You're expected to keep performing, keep smiling, keep delivering hits while your world's shattered. They did it. Kept his memory alive, but natural high. That title hits different when you know a member died the same month it went gold. Number 7, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. You know, If You Don't Know Me By Now, 1972. Number 3 on the Hot 100, The Love I Lost, 1973. Wake Up Everybody, 1975.
Never know me. Oh, hey.
These weren't just songs. These were the soundtrack to Black America. But here's what's wild.
I've got mine. Woman, you got
Harold Melvin's name is out front, but Teddy Pendergrass is doing all the singing.
goodbye. What good is a love affair?
By 1975, Teddy's had enough. Once the billing changed to Teddy Pendergrass and the Blue Notes. Fans think he is Harold Melvin. He's doing the work. Harold's controlling the money. Classic story.
I ain't gonna do nothing.
And here's where it explodes. Harold says no. Teddy walks in 1976, right after Wake Up Everybody makes them stars again. What else do you do when your voice built an empire but your name's not on the door?
If you don't know me by now.
Teddy went solo. 4 consecutive platinum albums, became the biggest male sex symbol in R&B. Meanwhile, Harold's trying to replace the irreplaceable. The Blue Notes kept touring for 2 decades, but they never got that magic back. And here's the truth nobody talks about.
If you don't.
They were both right. Harold built the group. Teddy made it legendary. But ego and money turned brothers into strangers. It's not just losing the work, it's losing the people.
If you don't know.
Number 6, Rufus featuring Chaka Khan. 1974. Tell Me Something Good, written by Stevie Wonder for Chaka. Top 3 hit, gold record, Grammy Award. Chicago funk band with a voice that could shatter glass and rebuild it. They're unstoppable. By 1977, they've had 6 platinum albums. Then the Ask Rufus sessions happen, and this is where it turns violent. Chaka marries Richard Holland. Drummer Andre Fisher doesn't like it. During recording, there's an argument over a song. Fisher and Holland get into it in the bathroom. It's a fight. Chaka hears the struggle, grabs a bottle, goes after Fisher. Band members have to physically drag her away from him. And if you've ever been in a group where people you work with attack each other, you know that room never feels safe again. The album still went platinum. They kept making hits, but the damage was done. internal warfare while fans sang Sweet Thing and had no idea the group was imploding backstage. Khan eventually went solo in 1978, had massive success, but Rufus without Chaka, they tried. The magic was gone, because once you've seen your bandmates throw hands, every rehearsal feels like walking on broken glass. Number 5, Heatwave. (1977). Boogie Nights hits number 2 in the UK, top 10 in the US. 1978, Always and Forever, the slow dance song that's still played at weddings 45 years later. This international group created by two brothers from Dayton while serving in the army in Germany. Johnny Wilder's the lead voice, Keith's his backup, and they've got a sound nobody else has. Then tragedy comes in waves. 1977, guitarist Jesse Whitten gets stabbed to death in Chicago. 1978, bassist Mario Mantis gets stabbed in the heart by his girlfriend. He's clinically dead for 6 minutes. Wakes up from a coma blind, mute, and paralyzed. Can't play, can't sing, can't do anything. February 1979, Johnny Wilder's in a car accident. Van hits him. Paralyzed from the neck down, the lead singer of a group known for dancing and performing. Now he can't move. Hospital for a year. He lasted 27 more years, still producing from a wheelchair. You know that feeling when everything you built gets taken in an instant? 3 members, 1 dead, 2 paralyzed, all within 2 years. Heatwave kept going, but how do you dance when you've buried and lost so much? Number 4, Shalamar. I know you come a long way, baby, but you don't. Howard Hewitt, Jody Watley, Jeffrey Daniel. 1979 to 83, this was the definition of cool. Soul Train dancers turned into one of the slickest groups of the era. The second time around, a night to remember. Dead giveaway, gold albums, Grammy nominations, sold out tours across the world, but behind the choreography, chaos, label head Dick Griffey's not paying royalties, members aren't getting their money, and the tension between Howard and Jody, it's building. By 1983, they're filming the Dead Giveaway video in London. Arguments backstage. Howard and Jody get into it at their hotel. And here's what Jody said Howard told her. "You'll never be anything without Shalamar." Those words ended everything. Jody and Jeffrey walked after that trip, just done. No reunion, no comeback tour, nothing. And if you've ever had someone dismiss your talent right when you're questioning yourself, you know some things you can't forgive. Howard admitted it 40 years later, apologized publicly. But Jody built a Grammy-winning solo career, proving him wrong. Sometimes the best revenge is becoming everything they said you couldn't be. But that relationship, still broken. Number 3, the Sylvers. Memphis family group. 10 siblings, but the main 5 made magic in the 70s. Boogie Fever in 1976 went to number 1. Sold over 2 million copies. Foster and Leon writing, Edmund singing lead. They were kids, literal teenagers, making grown folks dance. But here's what success did to a family band. It forced them to grow up too fast while still treating them like children. The parents managed everything: money, bookings, creative control. By 1978, the older siblings wanted out. They weren't kids anymore. They wanted to make their own decisions, control their own publishing, build their own careers. Internal family warfare is different. You can't just quit and never see each other again. Thanksgiving's gonna be awkward for decades. Edmund went solo in 78, had a hit with Have You Heard? Leon formed Dynasty in 79. Foster kept producing, but the Sylvers as a group scattered. The parents tried keeping it together with younger siblings. Didn't work. And if you're from a family where business destroyed relationships, you already know some checks aren't worth cashing. Success can't repair what it breaks. Number 2, the Dramatics. Detroit group that gave you In the Rain in 1972. What You See Is What You Get in 1971.
It may sound crazy, but I won't go outside.
Ron Banks' falsetto made women weak and men jealous. They were Motown adjacent with a darker, grittier sound. Raw emotion that hit different. But by the mid-70s, after years of hits, the lineup's constantly changing. L.J. Reynolds leaves in 73. William Howard leaves in 75. It's revolving door exhaustion. Ron Banks is trying to hold together a group where nobody wants to stay. The pressure of constant replacement, constant auditions, constant explaining to new members how to sound like the old ones. Want to know what's worse than a group breaking up? A group that never officially breaks up but slowly bleeds members until the name's the only thing left. The Dramatics kept performing, kept recording, but by the 80s only Ron Banks remained from the classic lineup. Watching something die slowly is harder than watching it explode because you keep hoping it'll get better. It never does. You just learn to carry the weight of what used to be. Number 1, Rose Royce. Car Wash in 1976. Number 1 for 2 weeks, Grammy nominated.
Always cool. And the boss don't mind sometimes if you.
The Car Wash soundtrack sold millions. Gwen Dickey's voice on I Want to Get Next to You, Love Don't Live Here Anymore. They weren't just a group, they were a movement. But here's what the industry did. Used them. Producer Norman Whitfield controlled everything. Songs, image, money, bookings. The band was trapped in a contract that paid them pennies while everyone else got rich off their sound. By 1978, after 2 years of massive success, they're fighting for basic respect.
Ain't no telling who you might be. A movie star, or baby.
Gwen left in 1980. Tired of being undervalued, tired of seeing her voice make millions for others while she struggled to pay rent. The group continued with new vocalists. But Rose Royce without Gwen Dickey was like Rufus without Chaka Khan. Technically possible, creatively dead. And here's what stays with you from all 10 stories. When you're at the top, everyone tells you how lucky you are. Nobody mentions the price, the betrayal, the violence, the deaths, the realization that the industry will drain you dry and replace you before your body's cold.
Let me tell you, it's better than digging a ditch.
These groups gave us the soundtrack to our lives, and it cost them everything.
Car wash, yeah.